Page 90, Ecossaise in G by Beethoven. It's not a minuet. It's not in 3/4 time. This is in 2/4 time. This is a different kind of dance. It's still a dance. It's a different kind of dance. It's a fun dance. It's marked allegretto. That gives you the hint right there. It's a fun piece. I just want to talk about a few little things. I'm not going to change much of anything because what they have is fine. So we're starting out in the right hand. This is in the key of G. It's got one sharp, no big deal. In the right hand, the staccatos. Get the staccatos. They may not be where you think they will be. That's typical Beethoven. He will throw you. He uses syncopations and all kinds of things to throw us off here. The last measure of the first line, you have a staccato, and then a note, the A sharp, and then it's starting a new phrase. So we want to break between the A sharp and the B. Don't connect them. So it's third line down. With these thirds you have here. That may be tricky for you at first. Practice it because it's important you be able to do that. The melody's the top note. Bring it out if you can. You have an accent on the next measure, the first one. So give it just a little extra, not a lot, just a little. But if you'll notice, the third line starts loud and gets louder. I don't know that I agree with that, but okay, we'll go with it. I think starting loud is a little bit too much. Maybe starting mezzo loud, medium loud, and then going to loud might be better. Music likes to flow, okay? It likes to move. It likes to give the feeling it's going someplace. And it's like this kind of a passage, and a lot of Beethoven does this. You can mentally think, I'm going to here. And you just got to know where here is. And in this case, here is the accented 16th note. That's where you're headed. So all these eighth notes in the measure before is leading up to and building up to that note. Right there. That's where musically, that's where we want to. Then in the next the last two measures, you have it again. Come back down. Don't stay loud and go louder. Come back down and just do it again. Last line. Watch the fingering. It's 1-3, 4-2 or 2-4. And the accents again is Beethoven. He puts these syncopations in where you don't expect them. So he's not accenting the natural accent note, he's accenting some other note. He does that a lot. He's ornery. In the second measure of the last line in the right hand, you have the staccato followed by a quarter note. And now we have a slur to the last eighth note. Well, I can't connect the G, because it's the same note, but I can connect the D, and that's what I want. That's the melody anyway, so make sure you connect the E to the D even though the G can't. Left hand is a real light staccato. Just keep the left hand light. Now, kicker. Beethoven uses a lot of syncopations and he uses a lot of accents on weak beats to throw everything off. But you will notice in this piece and many others that the accompaniment just stays tried and true. There's no syncopation, there's nothing going on. It's just, until you get to the bottom, it's just steady. This gives the dancers a beat to go to. Third line down, it's the same thing with the left hand's just got these octaves. It's moving around a lot, and you're going to have to look down quite a bit if you don't know where these keys are. Eventually, you want to develop the feel where you can do it without looking for the most part. Then the last line, finally the left hand gets some syncopation too. Now, look out. It's Beethoven again. Left hand, first measure, last line. Look at this. You have a staccato followed by a quarter note. Now this last note, you're connecting on the bottom from an F sharp to a G. The D you can't connect. Make sure you connect the F sharp and the G. So now we got these notes. And then in the next measure, the left hand complements and helps the right hand out right here. It's playing the same syncopation and everything. But we want to make sure we get the slurs, the connected notes there. They're important. And in fact, here you can bring out the bottom note in the left hand just a little bit. It's like a counter melody almost. This has a DCL Fine. Fine's at the end of the second line. We're going to do all that. Let's have some fun here. All right. Where the hands go in G position to start. I'm going to give us the 1, 2, ready and go. Because those 2/16 notes are on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and 1. It's and a 1. 1 and 2 and a 1. By the way, this is the last piece of the book. Congratulations for making it through this book. Someday I will eventually get book 3 up, but it's going to be a while, so please be patient. And if you're watching this video years from now, then book 3 is probably already up, and you don't need to hear any of this anyway, right? Okay. 1 and 2 and ready and go.